Okay, this is how I find properties that have... Okay, so this is how I find properties that have not sold at auction. Okay, so it's software called the Essential Information Group up here, EIG, as it's called, using its short. Okay, so this is the software where you fuck off. So this is the software we use to find properties that haven't sold at auction, properties that are going into auction, and a lot of auction data, what things have sold for in the past, if the property's been through the auctions before, all that stuff. Anything you can possibly imagine about auctions, property auctions, is on here, as far as I'm aware. It's the best tool I've ever come across, so kudos to the guys who created this. So in particular here, I'm going to show you how to find properties that didn't sell in auction. Okay, so you have to pay for the software, of course. There is a 7-day free trial, I think, and they're quite good. So if you ask for another 7 days, they will give you that as well. That's my experience anyway. So click on EIG up here and search auctions, detailed search, and then this is what I do, right? So I filter by radius, and if I'm looking for myself, generally I try and stay relatively close to where I live. And I'll show you residential and I'll show you commercial on this. So if we do DY1, that's Dudley locally to me. Let's say, for the sake of this, 10 miles from Dudley Town Centre, that's 10 miles here. All commercial lots, we'll do residential in a minute. All commercial lots, untick as needed. I tend to leave them all ticked, and then you untick everything here and just leave unsold in there. Sometimes I leave withdrawn and postponed. Generally speaking, in auctions, if something is withdrawn or postponed, that's often because there wasn't enough interest and the auctioneer didn't think they'd be able to get to the reserve price. So that's why a lot of things are withdrawn from auctions. A specific date range, generally speaking, again, I'll do like a month prior, but because I use it quite often, if you use it very often, I mean, you can just do, you know, a week or two prior, but let's, for the sake of this, we'll do the 1st of the year up until the 7th of February, which is today. On the residential, I do exclude a couple of auctioneers, but in commercial, I don't. So we've done 10 miles from Dudley Town Centre, DY1, all commercial stuff that is unsold from the 1st of January to today. Click search. And then see there's only a couple there that have come up because it's fairly early on in the year. If we go back in and modify that, just to show you a little bit more results, if you go to the 1st of November there, and we'll see a lot more. So it's in date order. So there's a few properties there that didn't sell. I know a few of these as well, to be fair. I did put an offer in on that one, a lot lower than what they were asking for, hence we didn't sell it. That one hasn't sold still, I'm aware of that. So that's how I find commercial stuff locally. Now, if you want to do nationwide stuff, you could just do filter by region. You can do outside of the M25, you can do by area, draw on a map. I mean, we can go here and just do, let's do the whole of the, doesn't really matter for the sake of the video, let's just do that. All commercial lots, unsold, and we'll go back to the 1st of the year. Let's see something recent and see what's happening. Because obviously we sell a lot of our deals to investors. Sometimes there's some income generating stock that hasn't sold and we can pass those on to investors. So here you can see £52,000 income, and it didn't sell at 430, so that's a decent yield. It tells you there, 12.56%. Aberystwyth, quite a bit going on there. Wales, that's auction house East Anglia. Small retail unit, on a ground rent on 2 flats. So 2 flats there have been sold off, as you can see, and you're just buying the retail unit and the ground rents from the upper flats. So the net return is 10%, not too bad. To be fair, it says a waiting result there. Sometimes that does that when it's been a very recent auction. That's today, look, 7th of February. So sometimes the results aren't in. Page 5. Let's just see what's going on. Properties under the hammer, they're okay. A decent auction house. So there's a very basic idea, right? And you can modify it further to just find income generating stock if need be as well. So if it's unsold, you can put minimum incomes, minimum gross yields, net yields, all that's good stuff. Very useful. And then if we go back to filter by radius, just to keep it a bit tighter, we'll go to DY1 again, 10 mile radius. All residential lots. You put no commercial element there if you want. And then we'll go unsold again. Now on this, I'll show you why. I do exclude some agents, some auctioneers, but for this one I won't, and then I'll prove to you why I do. Okay, so there's quite a bit here that hasn't sold in the last month or so. As you can see, loads and loads. Right, now if you look at I am sold here, they're a bit different. They have the pros and the cons, but in my opinion there's more cons than pros there. The vast majority of their stock doesn't sell on the first run, so it goes through a couple of auctions, and from my experience very few of them actually sell on the first run. They sort of sell the dream a little bit to property sellers. So on the modified search, I will remove I am sold and search. And these are the more mainstream auction houses that you can then get stuck into. So anything that didn't sell at auction, there's going to be an element of motivation there, whether you write to the sellers direct or whether you ring the agents. Obviously if it didn't sell in the auction room, then the auctioneer didn't do their job. That's essentially what they're paid to do, is to sell their property, and if they didn't, that's their fault. So sometimes, and I'm not sure whether these guys actually do it, some do, some don't, but if I click on the property itself, sometimes here on the side they'll have legal documentation for the property. This one hasn't, but if I want to see street results, I can do that. So you click on view street history, that hasn't got much. And let's see if that one's got any more. View street history. Yeah, so you can see that in 2013 a property sold. That was just the ground rent by the look of it. Yeah, that's leasehold properties there. So anyway, there's another example of what this software does. Very good. You can email the auctioneer direct, add shortlists and all that other good stuff. Okay, so if we then go back to the searches, we do all residential lots. What we'll do, I'll show you future auctions. So let's go back to commercial. I prefer commercial. Future auctions, that's the specific date range. Will go from today to the end of the month. Search. So you've got a withdrawn prior there, so that's not going into the auction. That's probably because it hasn't had enough interest. Loads and loads of stock you can do a lot of due diligence on. And if you go into one of the more recent ones, when I say that I mean close date, you've got a property there, let's say. catalogue entry there. So you see the legal documentation, you can click on that. It hasn't actually uploaded yet, but the documents will come here, and then you can download the legal documents. You can read the legal packs yourself to make sure there's nothing untoward. So this software is very good, highly recommended, saves you a ton of time, a load of software, a load of little perks to it. There has been recently a auction in London. I think Savills auction was yesterday. So if I go to up here, unsold lots, actually no, we'll go to auction results, select an auctioneer, Savills, 6th of February, that was yesterday. And you can also see the results here of the auction. So 79% of their lots sold, which is good. Well, it's relatively good. A lot of auctioneers are a lot lower than that. Some are slightly higher, but. And you can sort of search down here what didn't sell there. So that's Chelsea, London. It's not really my bag, that, but would suit some people. A lot of London stock going on. Blackpool. So that's sold. I was actually looking at that one, which is a decent commercial unit, and that's sold for 358. It's actually let to TUI, the holiday agents. It's got 40 grand income and it's sold for 358. You need to do a bit more due diligence. Yeah, the lease is ending in May this year, so that's why we didn't go for it. Yeah, there's some nice stuff we can go after here. Richmond. Oh no, it's the one up north, I think. And there was that one there. I believe we have got the feelers out on that one. Yes, we have. So that didn't sell for 260 yesterday. There is an income already of 15,000, which isn't great yield, but we yes, there's vacant planning permission for 4 one-bed flats, so I'm quite surprised that didn't sell. What was the guide on that? Yeah, I'll have to do a bit more due diligence, and you can't see the legal pack there, so you'll have to go on to the Savills website, and if you put where is it? You need to find the auction section, property auctions. See results, 6th of February. What lot number was it? 64A. Yep, there it is. It's available at 260. Didn't sell at that, obviously. So this is the type of DD we'll do on a post-auction lot. We'll check the lease out, we'll check the planning out, make sure the drawings have been done well, good quality, asset management opportunities. So it gives you the planning references there. We can do a bit of research on those. There's the tenancy schedule, so you can see that it's a plumbing and heating company down there, 10 years from 2023. So obviously we'll have to check the lease to make sure that there aren't any break clauses or anything like that in the lease. But there's 15 grand coming in straight away. We've got to check the tenant out. There's the legal documentation. You have to log in for that. Right, it's took us off, but if I'll show you the legal pack on that. because it's important to do your DD on these things, and the legal pack is probably the most important thing at an auction lot. So legal documents, and then you can download everything. So there's the plans, there's the lease. You just download it directly from the website. It's just showing you the rent being paid. Listed building consent, decision notice for planning, EPCs. There's the lease. Yeah, it's done properly. It's not just a dodge job. 12th of July 2023. You can work your way through that. You can pay a solicitor to work your way through that. I generally give it a glance, and if I find anything untoward, I'll send it to a solicitor. So there's that there. You can see there's a lot going on. So we'll go back to the listing on EIG. See if there's anything sold in the street. So you can see that it went in the auction room on the 24th of January 2024, and then it went into the next auction on the 6th of February, and it didn't sell at 275 and it didn't sell at 260. So it'd be intriguing to find out why that didn't sell. Okay, so there you can see again that the same property, number 1 4th Street, went into auction on the 14th of December 2022, 12 months or so before the January lot this year, and it went for 165. So they've probably spent some money on it, got planning, got a tenant in there, and now they're selling it again. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one up. Okay, so I hope you get there. You get from that short video what I do to find post-auction lots. Great bit of kit, essential information group, EIG for short. Loads of different things you can do with it. I mean, I'm just touching the surface there. I'll do a future auctions one, and maybe actually do some live calls with agents and auction houses after the events and stuff like that. But unsold lots, loads of opportunities, good markets, bad markets. There's always people willing to sell the properties. There's always motivation, and they change over time. So, okay, hope you enjoy.